Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Astrology with Gretchen Hidell, full-time astrologer, life coach, Reiki master, and so much more. And I'm here tonight talking about the full moon in Aquarius. I know I look a little bit darker, and there is a good reason for that in this visual here. But welcome everybody who might be joining live. If you are joining live, go ahead and post below your astrological sign, where you're viewing from. I always love to hear from everybody. Welcome. So I am here tonight. I'm just jumping on really quick. I'm not going to be doing a long broadcast because it's late and I want to eat some dinner. But there is a big full moon tonight in the astrological sign of Aquarius, 19 degrees Aquarius, and we have a lot of astrological energy that's coming toward us this weekend. So I wanted to give you guys the 411 and the heads up. So go ahead, like and share, and post your astrological sign below if you are just joining me live. So the day of the full moon, this is the day, August 11th, 2022. We are at the full Sturgeon moon. This is also the last super moon of 2022, so it's kind of a big thing, big moon, big full moon. Yeah, and then there's even more going on. Venus went into Leo today. That's kind of a fun thing. We did have some other contentious energy going on behind the scenes during the full moon. So there is a lot. Hey, Rosalie, welcome. Good evening. Capricorn, welcome. So there is a lot of energy tonight. There's a lot of energy today, all day today. And we are still, and if you guys have not checked out my video about this, go on YouTube and look at my YouTube channel under Gretchen Hidell, my name, and you can find the video, my last video that I just did, about this triple conjunction that we have going on between Mars, Uranus, and the north node of the moon, all in Taurus, taking place around 18 degrees Taurus, and so that's still active as well. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because some of that is coming into play today. So I'm just kind of waiting for some people to join here. Welcome. But basically what's happening is the full moon is coming to a peak tonight. So I'm broadcasting live on August 11th. The full moon is coming to a peak at 9:36 p.m. Eastern time. So what is that? 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're out on the West Coast, it's a little bit earlier than that. So it hasn't quite hit the peak of it yet. We're building, and then we come down off the mountain, I always say, with these astrological energies. So the peak or the height of it, the sun and the moon are opposing each other, and that's what makes the moon full. That's a full moon, is when the sun and the moon oppose each other. So the sun is taking place at 19 degrees Leo. The moon is 19 degrees Aquarius. So there's an opposition there between the sun and the moon, and those two are kind of not on the same page right now in Leo. And that's why full moons, there's like an intensity of energy, and that is why. Remember that full moons, I see a lot of people, because it sells headlines, if you will. It's what we call nowadays clickbait, where people are like, it's a full moon, so manifest. Full moons are better for manifesting what you want to release, what you want to let go of, what you want to have no longer in your life. And so that's the good part of the new moon, is really for bringing new things into the life, where full moons are about releasing and letting go of the old. If you think about the Farmer's Almanac, they recommend harvesting on the full moon. The new moon is about planting new seeds, and we are at the full moon right now. So you want to think about releasing or letting go. So I always use the example, let's say we're talking about money, okay? And so the new moon is about bringing in new money opportunities, where the full moon might be about releasing debt, releasing, accounts that you no longer want, and things like that. So you can kind of use these energies. I know it sounds a little bit like we're kind of playing with it, and we're playing with energy, and playing with energy can be fun, because that's how you can play wisely with these types of energy. When full moon is a completion a wrapping up, a completion of a cycle. So Farmer's Almanac, if you planted the seeds of the tomato plant on the new moon, on the full moon we're pulling the fruit off of the vine and we're collecting. So if it's a baby new startup thing, whether it's a relationship or whether it's something in your life that you're just starting, that's really better for a new moon. The full moon is about completion and wrapping up. So it can be about anything that we're at the peak or the pinnacle of the experience. Now, the last new moon in Aquarius was actually on February 1st, 2022. And ironically, that was a super new moon at that time. So we had a lot of manifesting opportunity on the first, February 1st, 2022. But now on August 11th, 2022, that's the fruit. We're bearing the fruit. So something in our life is sort of wrapping up. So if you think about, again, using the analogy of farming and the tomato plant, you know, after the harvest and you pick off all the tomatoes and you eat, you got a big salad and nice tomatoes and all those things, then basically the plant sort of dies off. And so that process of the dying off happens between the full moon and then even towards the last quarter lunar cycle, which is going to be next week on August 19th. And that's why I've nicknamed the quarter lunar cycle that takes place as the moon is waning and it's releasing the energy. We've kind of let it go. We're releasing. You're releasing all the way until the next new moon. So basically, I call that the second lunar cycle. That's going to be in Taurus, 26 degrees Taurus on August 19th. I call that the second chance new moon, or full moon, because basically we already had the full moon and now we're continuing. The plant's really just dying at that point. Like the plant's like, you know, kind of withering away and all the tomatoes are done, you know, being harvested. And now we're really getting rid of the things. So whatever you want to sort of release the energy of and let go of in your life, that's what this particular full moon is about, and all full moons are about that. So whether it's a toxic relationship, whether it's clutter, whether it's debt, like I said, or I don't know, any kind of thing like that you might want to release or let go of. Maybe you want things to be simple in your life and easier. So you want to let go of complication, and you want to let go of things that bring I don't know, a lot of dramaticness to your life or whatever it is. Hello, welcome, Rita Virgo in Colorado. Welcome. So basically that's what we're doing on this particular. Now it's taking place 19 degrees Aquarius, which is an air sign. So if you are a fellow air sign, also Gemini, also Libra, you will be feeling this particular full moon. It's going to be a lot. If you are obviously an Aquarius or a Leo, you're in the heart of it. That is like ground zero. You are like in the very, very thick of things, especially if you have any planets around 19 degrees Aquarius in your chart. You will be really feeling this, that you'll be in the heart of it. Or if you are a fixed sign, so Scorpio and Taurus are also caught up in this fixed energy. Now, I want to talk about that because that's what makes this particular full moon just a little bit more complicated. Hello, Melinda, Capricorn in Vermont. Welcome. We have some earth signs, it looks like, watching this broadcast tonight. A lot of earth. Kelly, Leo, welcome. There's a fire sign. We have another Taurus watching. We have a bunch of earth people watching. And you earth signs are really getting worked out right now. I'm just going to say that. Earth energy and earth signs right now are a little bit challenged because you guys have the sun is squaring the Uranus, basically, and that happened today at 8:53 a.m. However, we've been feeling this all the planets, basically, a lot of the planets have been aspecting Mars, Uranus, and the north node of the moon. And again, if you guys don't remember what I'm talking about, watch my video on YouTube. Or better yet, listen to my video on YouTube, because somehow on YouTube, when I uploaded my last video, the audio and my voice and the video got out of sync. So Uranus, by the way, can feel very much like a Mercury retrograde. So that affects electricity Mercury really affects how we stay in connection, so computers and cell phones and all that. But if you think about Uranus and Aquarius, by the way, why am I talking about Uranus? Well, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. So again, that's really extra strong, and it's in the sign of Taurus right now. Uranus is in Taurus. Is actually involved with squaring the sun in Leo, squaring the moon today in Aquarius. So all the fixed signs are really getting worked out. And remember, the fixed signs are all about, by the way, can you guys hear me? Somebody is commenting that they can't hear me. I'm assuming people can hear me because y'all are watching. So that, Rita, that might be your audio on maybe your device. I don't know. But if anybody else could just comment if you can hear me. Okay, she said she fixed it. Juliet said yes, she can hear me. Great, perfect. Awesome, thank you guys. So when you talk about this fixed energy, we're talking about all the fixed signs. So Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio, all of you guys are the fixed signs, and so you're all getting worked out, and it's forming almost like a traffic jam, a gridlock in the fixed signs. All of you all are square each other, which means you're just, and when you get fixed energy, fixed into a sort of a stubborn state, that can be hard. Now, Uranus wants to change things. Uranus is the great awakener. That's what the planet is called, and it wants to create change. And it's the wild card. Remember, it's like creating upheaval. It's creating change. And the fixed signs have a hardest time in that change department, unless if it's their idea. But fixed signs have trouble a little bit. But it's not just the fixed signs, it's how we perceive something in our life right now is changing on everybody. I've spent all week talking to people. In fact, every single session I did today was for Tauruses. All day. It was like I was running a Taurus special, because Taurus, again, is really in the heart of this triple conjunction between those planets. And now the full moon's caught up into all of it. Now, hopefully, what I'm hoping is it's going to kind of release a little bit some of this energy, except on Sunday, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment, August 14th, 2022 on Sunday. There's more to come, so just be aware. But basically this fixed energy, so Sun squaring Uranus means that there can be upheaval, unrest, there can be problems with electricity, literally, there can be problem, and so that begs to go into my story of why am I partially in the dark? Usually I have a lot brighter lighting, because literally I have two lights that I put on either side of me pointing at me, and one of them I plugged into it's got a surge protector. All of a sudden it went psh, and it, like, all these sparks and embers flew everywhere. Just even to try to get into this broadcast tonight, I almost had a little bit of a fire situation. We'll just say that. And then it tripped, even though it was a surge protector, it tripped the breaker. So, yep, that was Uranus. And Uranus literally is electricity. So, again, it's shakeups, it's unexpected events, it's all kinds of things like that in our lives. So, your astrologers, I'm not immune to these things, even though I can name them. I can say, well, that's Uranus, there we go. And then also Mars is caught up into this. So remember, there's a triple conjunction between Uranus, Mars, and the north node of the moon. Mars today is forming a sextile, because Mars is in Taurus, a sextile with Neptune, and Neptune is in Pisces. So now we have another sign getting involved in this kind of a mixture, and we have Pisces involved with it too. So that's the reason why I only have one light shining on me, but I thought it would be kind of mysterious a little bit, like the full moon is just kind of shining its light. So I don't know. Hopefully that's working. But we have Mars sextile Neptune now. So this creates a weird dynamic because it's almost like wired but tired. Uranus is very wiry, and Uranus is very, like, lots of anxiety and lots of nervousness, and let's do this quick and fast, and Mars can be that way too. And then you get dreamy Neptune that's like, we'll just take our sweet time, we'll just chillax a little bit. So and Neptune wants to take a nap and just calm down and just chill. And then Uranus is like, no, we can't take a nap. Uranus is almost like ADHD. You know, I mean, it's like, it's very lively. It can be a little bit scattered. Now, the good news is Uranus is like kind of epiphanies, like inspiration and sudden, you know, awakening and sudden realizations we can have with Uranus. It's just with it being square the moon right now and square the sun, that those unfortunately squares kind of tend toward the more challenging department instead of having it be positive. Mars sextile Neptune is all about dreams, can be illusions, can be looking at life with rose-colored glasses instead of looking at things with true reality. And it's a little hard. Neptune can be very confusing. And I always say Mars and Neptune together the energy always feels weird, because Mars is like, let's go, 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 go. And Neptune's like, we're going to float out to sea, just kind of like chill. So it can be very strange having Mars and Neptune together at the same time. The best use of that energy is flowing and being free and leaning into, I think really the biggest message I can say of this broadcast and of this full moon in particular, and I'm saying this a lot, I found myself talking about this because in a bigger picture, all of July, almost all of August, we're being asked to change. Uranus is asking us to make a change in our life, to change, learn, grow. So, and I think Neptune, it's almost like if you can just like lean into it and fall into the change and sort of just go with the flow. Go with the flow. Oop, my screen got a little dark there. Go with the flow. That is probably the best advice I can give with this energy, because some of this energy, again, if you try to hold on and if you try to stay the same, I'm staying the same, I'm gonna not make any change in my life, I'm gonna say, ooh, that's gonna be rough. I'm just saying it's gonna be rough, because the more people hold on, the harder this is gonna be. Anytime I have a challenging moment lately, and I have, because Uranus is conjunct my natal Saturn right now, not fun, just gonna say that, not fun. And by the way, if you're born in the early 1970s, you might also have your Uranus conjunct your Saturn, because that's happening for many people that were born in the early 70s. Yes, Joanne, I know I didn't even wear, I got so flustered by my electricity almost blowing up that I forgot my jewelry. Actually, I'm not even on Instagram. I thought I'm not going to even do that. Remember, simple. Full moon, we're going to keep it simple. So grounding, we need some grounding. So I'm telling people, lean in. Anytime there's a challenging department, if you're born, especially if you're born in the early 1970s, or if your natal Saturn is in Aquarius, in Taurus, I mean, you're going to be feeling this energy when Uranus hits your Saturn, if that's the case for you. But it doesn't matter, even if you're not born in that time frame. These are challenging times, and you can just turn on the news. I mean, it's all challenging. So basically, with this is leaning into. I think that's probably the best way to lean into it. So kyanite. If you can see this stone here, kyanite's a soft stone. It is said to be one of the stones that instantly balances all of your chakras. And the cool thing about kyanite is you don't have to cleanse it like you have to cleanse other stones, like cleansing and clearing it, because it holds on to negative energy. A kyanite just kind of lets the energy fall off of it, so you don't even ever have to cleanse it, really. I do occasionally cleanse mine, just, you know, if I have some sage or some whatever Palo Santo burning, I'll cleanse my stones, but you don't have to with kyanite. So it's kind of a nice stone to have. But they say even just holding it instantly balances and calibrates your chakras, which is, I think we all could use right now for sure with this. Lots of energy. There's a lot of energy right now. Now, really good news, just on a side note, is Venus actually went into the astrological sign of Leo. And Venus in Leo is big love, okay? Leo is quite dramatic. Venus is in every sign for about a month. So for the next month, we're starting a new Venus cycle. For the next month, Venus is going to be in Leo. So if you are a Leo, that is the positive side, the shiny side to all of this energy, is that you will be feeling some extra love in your love life. Also, if you have fire sign, if you are an Aries or a Sagittarius, you'll feel a little bit of this Venus in Leo kind of energy. If you have Venus in Aquarius, that can be a little bit at odds with your love life, but it can still, even through opposition, even though it's oppositional, opposites attract, even though it's oppositional energy, it can still produce and bring in some love into your love life. When I say it's big energy and big love, Leo likes to be quite dramatic. Leo likes to have like all the stuff, the adoration and the gifts. Like, it's like kind of like what's your love language, Leo? And it's like all of them. I like it all. I want all of it. You know, Leo tends to have that big dramatic. Leo likes to have all the fancy stuff and the nice, you know, feel. There's almost nothing that you can't do that's gonna like help a Leo to feel that love. It's like flowers, gifts, dinners, entertainment. You know, the big you know, expressions, all that makes Leo quite happy and likes to, that Leo likes to feel that adoration. We all have Leo in our chart, so it depends on where Leo is in your astrological chart to know how this will affect you on a personal level. But I'm just saying, we're all going to get a flavor of Leo as we have Venus in Leo for this next month now. And that could be quite fun, and it can be a little dramatic and a little whatever, but it can be really fun. And it's definitely like dinners, shows, movies, concerts, all the fun stuff, like casinos, wherever you go to play, and however Leo likes to play. Leo likes that entertainment, so that can be a fun thing if you like doing that. Having big expressions of love is really fun to do. So again, Venus in Leo went into Leo today at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time on the day of the full moon. So all of this is happening, and it's kicking off a new love season for us. Now, caveat, because there's always a caveat, Venus is kind of also pertaining to money and how we spend our money, and sometimes that can be too much. Remember what I just said, big love, you know. It could be too much spending on luxury items and expensive things and splurges and all kinds of things. So just watch the bank account with Venus and Leo, because Venus and Leo likes to spend some money. We'll just say that. Now, there is, I'd love to say everything's going to be just fine, but as we get towards Sunday, August 14th, we have another kind of challenging thing. The sun, again, we are in Leo season now, is going to be opposing Saturn. It technically is opposing Saturn right now, and as we get towards Sunday on the weekend, it's getting closer and closer, and it's getting more and more locked into that exact opposition with the sun in Aquarius, Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. Now, Saturn's retrograde right now, and so that's a little more challenging. You know, when we have the sun opposing Saturn, Saturn can be obstacles, delays, life lessons. And then on the same day, we have Mars, the god of war, forming a trine with Pluto, which means Mars and Pluto are aligning energies. Mars is in Taurus, Pluto's in Capricorn. So the earth signs are getting really, a lot of earth people watching this program, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The earth, they're fine. That's not a fun alliance. It's like, that's hard. I mean, yeah, it's a trine, and trines in astrology are positive, but I always say, look at the players. It's kind of like if two world leaders hooked up together that were naughty and nasty, you wouldn't want them playing on the same team. You want them not really interacting, because then they become more powerful when they come together, right? So Mars and Pluto coming together, that's, by the way, Mars is the ruler of Aries and Scorpio, but that's the ancient ruler of Mars is Scorpio, but the nowadays ruler of Pluto is Scorpio, or Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. So we have Aries getting activated now. We have Scorpio getting activated. There's a lot of activation on that same day, the same day that the sun is opposing Saturn. So unfortunately, there might be some violence this weekend, hard news this weekend, difficulty in our relationships this weekend. So again, that strong-headed, willfulness of like, you do this way and you do this way. We want to lean into the change. How can I lean in? Okay, well, maybe the old way I was doing it could be improved upon. Okay, I'm trying to even keep that, even when I'm having challenge in my personal life, and like these things happen. It's like, okay, that's the old way. Maybe I'm supposed to be doing it a new way or a different way. I'm trying to lean into that even for myself, but I'm telling my clients that as well, because the more we try to stay the same, it's not working and it's becoming uncomfortable, and people are, I feel like, kind of acting like dictators, even when they're not dictators of a country or whatever. They're dictators of the neighborhood, or they're the dictators of the household. Come on, It seems like the big aggressive personalities are getting bigger and more aggressive. So we want to just kind of pour some water on that fire and the aggression by leaning back a little bit and going, maybe I could just agree for now, just for now. Now, obviously, I'm not saying to agree to something that really feels fundamentally wrong to you. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying maybe be open and try to go more with the flow, because really the bright spot in this is the Neptune Pisces thing, that is more about imagination and flow and just kind of leaning into things. Pisces is kind of like the chameleon. So it can kind of go like sort of wherever Pisces kind of goes, can really lean into things. So maybe that's kind of like the best use of this energy, is to sort of lean in and go, okay, I'll just go with the flow for now. We can always change it later, but we'll go for the flow for now. I'm going to see if I can do another broadcast about next week, because there's actually some really fun astrological things next week. Just not this week and this weekend. There were some real challenging things. Even on Tuesday, on the 9th, Venus formed an opposition with Pluto. So that's like, I've had a lot of clients calling me about breakups and about relationship issues and about, they did this and they did this, and, like real contentious kind of energies, or bosses and employees and things just being really contentious. So we would just want to, lay low a little bit. So I'm going to do Sarah said Scorpio and having relationship problems with the Pisces. Okay. See, there you go. And you're in the heart of it, Scorpio and Pisces. You are both in the heart of all of this energy. There's a lot of signs being activated at once. So by the way, I want to just tell you, in case you don't know this, everybody has all 12 signs in their chart. Even if they don't have a planet in those signs, they have the sign somewhere on their astrological wheel. Okay, even if the area is empty, it still gives energy to that area or that department. So pay attention to your empty spaces as well as the full spaces. We always talk about spaces that have a lot of energy. Like, let's say you have 5 planets in Taurus. That's going to give you a ton of energy in Taurus. But you have energy in other areas as well. It just means that your major life lesson is going to be compacted into that Taurus region, but it doesn't mean you have no energy in other departments. It just means you have a little bit less energy. That's all that means. So even the empty spaces have some energy, and so they'll even if some of the, let's say Aquarius, full moon in Aquarius. Let's say you don't have any planets in Aquarius, that still could be an area of your chart. Let's say it's your area of home and family. Well, all of a sudden, maybe you have some disruption or making some changes in that area of home and family for you. That's something that you might be working with or dealing with. So I believe, if my memory serves me right, if you had Aquarius in the 4th house of home and family, it would mean you have Libra rising. So if you have Libra rising sign, that would be how that would be affecting you. That's how this Aquarius energy is, and the full moon would affect you in this particular time. So everybody has energy everywhere. So even though we like to look at our sun sign, just what our sun sign is, it's more complicated than that. There's a lot going on with astrology. So that's what makes it fun and exciting. And that's what I always say. Now, each astrological chart is like a snowflake. It really, there's hardly any two charts that are alike. So that's something that's kind of fun too, that you can, even babies that are born just a few minutes apart can have nuanced things that are just different. Every person has like an individual energy, which is pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to just pull one collective card. What do we all need to know about this particular full moon? And then this weekend, this little bit contentious energy, is especially as we get into Sunday. The sun is going to oppose Saturn on Sunday. 1:11 p.m. Eastern time is the peak of it, but we're feeling it even right now as the time of the on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're feeling it. And then Mars trine Pluto is going to be 28 p.m. On the 14th, and that's going to be the peak of that. So they're even just a few hours apart that they're doing that. So it's, you know, something. My dog is wondering where I am. He's like, Mom, come back. All right, so what do we need to know? I'm going to pull a card. What do we need to know? Oh, good. All right, so, you know, it's interesting. Yes, this energy, this Uranus energy is all about, I remember I said it can be inspiration, it can be the great awakener, it can be where we need change in life. It is producing some kind of a new project, most likely in your life or in our lives. We're changing, we're growing, we're starting, we have to think about doing things new or in a different way. And that's what I was talking about even earlier but our spirit guides and our guardians wanted us to know that we potentially have a new project here. Like a newborn baby, your actions are growing your idea into reality. Even if you are risk adverse, meaning you don't like risk, you're not a risk taker, this is actually Uranus, Mars, the north node of the moon. I mentioned this in the last video. This is really the time to actually take a risk. This is a time to kind of lean forward and, hey Sarah, welcome. Lean forward and take a little bit of a risk, take a chance, you know, because if you have a new idea right now, yeah, I'm not talking about starting it exactly on the full moon, because full moons are not easy to start new things with. It's more about wrapping up or completing an old thing and doing that. But the next new moon, look, if you have an idea that's coming, the next new moon is going to be on Sunday, August 27th in Virgo. That's going to be the first new moon in Virgo, or the new moon, and not first, but the new moon. It's going to be 4 degrees Virgo. So if you are a Virgo in your life, you got some change coming, even on that day. Mars and Uranus are going to be activated. Even on that day, if you look at my calendar, it's like plagued with Mars and Uranus. Okay. And then we are going to be coming into Mercury retrograde in the beginning. So I want you guys to know this. In the beginning of September, 9/9 is Mercury retrograde. And that is going to be coming in Libra. Okay, 9/9, and then it ends on October 2nd. So write that on your calendar. So we do have a new moon coming. We have Mercury and we have Uranus retrograde coming too, and that's going to be August 24th. So we have some things coming here. We have some bigger things. Uranus retrograde is not as big of a thing, but it could feel like people are going to go. I know already. I'm going to get a lot of people calling or texting me going, is Mercury retrograde already? Because this and this. It'll be Uranus retrograde that's going to actually kind of kick off some more stuff with electricity and computers and cell phones and different things. And then we do have a Mercury retrograde coming on 9/9. So anyway, if you have a new idea, a new project, some kind of thing that's like kind of, little brain worm that's in there kind of talking to you like, maybe we should do this, maybe we should. We have some good energies that timing wise, not right now, but we have some timing coming that is going to be more positive energy that we can maybe kick off a new idea or a new baby. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. If you like this information, like and share, and go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am going to be uploading that this video there as well, and doing more content on there. So thank you for listening. So enjoy your happy full moon tonight in just a short while here, about an hour or so. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.